Hi Village, it's been a minute. It's Alima, the host of Positive Continent News. I'm so sorry that this has taken longer than expected as far as putting up videos of positive and sometimes not so positive news now on my channel. I will be uploading regularly. If you check my shorts, you will see that I usually repost like very important information that I think would be useful to people who want to know more about the continent, like real life living, and who want to travel there and possibly live there. So check that out. Make sure you thumbs up this video. Make sure you like, you share, you subscribe. And I will be posting regularly. So just make sure you get into the village so that you can know what's going on. We're about to get into these updates, so stay tuned. Hey, so this first story is coming out of Ethiopia. Ethiopia wants to be full EV by 2030. EV stands for electric vehicle. They want their roads fully covered with electric vehicles, anybody driving by that time. So what they're doing to increase this is they're offering incentives for purchasing this vehicle, which is very common in many markets, even here in the US. Interesting enough, many of these cars are Chinese made. Side eye. You need to hook up with Burkina Faso and get their cars on your road, Ethiopia. So there are barriers to this. And one of the main things is power outages, which is very common on the continent. They really got to get their power grid together. And if you don't know, now you know, due to purposeful underdevelopment of the country, despite the continent being the richest in the world with minerals and other natural resources, many of these countries do not have a stable power grid. So the power outages happen, and this is affecting people who might have a private charging station at their home. And then also one of the other things, the downsides of having an EV vehicle as far as Ethiopia is concerned, is that there sometimes are long lines to charge the vehicle, probably waiting for the car to charge up, because it all depends on what charging station and the amount of power being put in this power station, or that this power station has access to charge up the vehicle. So if it's less power in the station itself, it's going to take longer to charge the vehicle, and that's really anywhere in the world. The reason for the EV incentive, electric vehicle, the reason why they're pushing this to be completely EV by 2030, if you don't already know, regular fuel cars have caused damage to our ozone layer, which has resulted in global warming and which has left a larger carbon footprint out there. Also, when you're in these heat vacuums, these green, I forgot what the name is, it's kind of like you're in an umbrella of carbon, you can say. I mean, everything pretty much is made of carbon, but it makes like this conductor. It's almost like you're in an oven when you're living in these very major cities with so many cars. The summer times are brutal when you're living in these major cities because of the damage from the ozone layer. So number one for this is protecting the ozone layer moving forward. Ethiopia, shout outs to you for taking charge with this. And I hope you link up with Burkina Faso to get their EV cars. All right, until next time. While I take a brief break, please stay tuned and watch this video.
The videos that have come out of Sudan in the last 48 hours have been some of the most horrifyingly inhumane videos I have ever seen. They're forcing people to dig their own graves and mowing them down, raping women and children. They're going into hospitals, shooting people on their deathbed, and stealing the supplies. So much blood has been shed in Al Fasher in the last 48 hours that you can see that the soil is stained from drone footage. And the world continues to remain silent. The worst part about these videos is that they are not being filmed by the victims. They are being filmed and posted online by the perpetrators of these atrocities. Media refuses to accurately cover this situation, and our world leaders continue to downplay how horrific of a humanitarian crisis this is. This is not a civil war. This is a genocide that is funded by the UAE. This is not a civil war. This is a genocide that is funded by the UAE. And if you're watching this right now and you feel powerless to do anything about it, I get it. You're just a person scrolling online. What can you do? I feel the same exact way every single time I see my people being slaughtered. I feel so powerless that I can't really do anything about it. But I have my voice, and so do you. So all I'm asking you to do is to talk about Sudan. The Sudanese people deserve a voice. Say something.
So I was actually excited when I found out about this news, which is that there's a new dinosaur species that was discovered in the Sahara Desert. Okay. This dinosaur, this is their European name that they have, or Western name, might I add, for this dinosaur, which is called Hell Heron. This is a Spinosaurus, and it is named, the Spinosaurus name essentially means a spine lizard. This is also a carnivorous animal, which means that it does eat meat. And specifically, this Spinosaurus hell heron was found in Niger. It is said to have lived over 95 million years ago. Imagine being on this earth 95 million years ago. Can you just imagine what was happening? So this animal, because it was carnivorous, it stalked fish and land animals. So that means that it wasn't deeply in the sea like some dinosaurs is, but it still was able to get, you know, on the lower levels of the ocean, or I should say on the levels where there was a smaller amount of water, like right on the water's edge, to get the fish. But then it also was, you know, so it was double the trouble, you can say, double the trouble for anyone nearby. So if you all have any other information about hell heron, please feel free to add that in the comments. But I think this is amazing that this was discovered. So we're back on the Ethiopian tip again. So Ethiopia is currently building the largest airport on the continent. Bishofu Mega International Airport is in southeast of the country in the capital, Addis Ababa. So it's already the largest airport on the continent, possibly. And I just want to give a little bit more information. This is a $12.3 billion project. And so far, Ethiopia invested 610 million of their own money into their airline, which is smart. You got to invest in yourself first if you want other people to believe in the project. So this is expected to become the largest aviation hub on the continent. And it's going to have 4 runways, and it's expected to see 6 million people annually. Once again, the Chinese are a part of the investment team or investors in this project. Side eye. I digress. Hey, sometimes people just keep having to learn the same lesson until the lesson is learned. I wish you all the best. What I was hoping to see was that Ethiopia, I don't know this. If they did it, I just know Africans, you can say, or people from the continent. And I doubt that Ethiopia went to other countries on the continent to ask them if they would be able to invest in this airport. These are the things that the people on the continent need to be doing, these countries. They need to go to their next door neighbors and other people, other countries on the continent, and work together for the projects instead of going outside. But here we are again. Cheers, Ethiopia. So in February of this year, Senegalese sculptor Sinyi Awa Kamara passed away. So if you want to know some fun facts about her, she was from Bignona, Casamance, Senegal, which is in the southern part of that country, and also in parts of the Gambia, which is inside of the Senegal. If you don't already know, it is the sister or AKA brother country. Same people. She was of the Jola ethnicity. And in her own words, she learned her sculpting gift from her mother. So what she used was terracotta as a medium, and she liked to sculpt in her home, which was basically in the village among, in nature, and it was really incorporated in her artwork. She captured indigenous and natural life and family structure, as you see here. So this was amazing. May she rest in peace. She has a lot of art, and unfortunately, I don't feel like America is really, they don't really know much about her. I was new to her work as well, and I feel like more like France and other parts of Europe paid attention to her work. But the beautiful thing about art is that it never dies, even if the creator of the art is no longer walking amongst us in the flesh. So I just wanted to share her beautiful art, and would love to see it in person one day, and that's what I plan today. So I want to make sure, I'm gonna tell y'all I'm about to come on here more often, make sure my information, I just shorten my stories up to be here more often with you, because I have revived my love for this channel. But make sure you like, share, and subscribe for the latest updates. Bye, Village.
Ready on the stump? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. I am somebody. I am somebody. I may be poor. But I am somebody. I may be young. But I am somebody. I may be on welfare. But I am somebody. I may be small. But I am somebody. I may make a mistake. But I am somebody. My clothes are different. My face is different. My hair is different. But I am somebody. I am black, brown, white. I speak a different language. But I must be respected, protected, never rejected. I am God's child. I am somebody. Give yourself a big hand.